I had a pretty big family growing up. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, and I'm the oldest of my siblings. And we were pretty close-knit. We did everything pretty much together. We had our ups and downs like any other family, but things were good. We didn't have a lot of money, but my dad worked for a hot dog restaurant, and we could eat there for free, so we'd have dinner there a lot. And I think those are my favorite memories. And I never wanted that time to end because we were all together eating and happy. But for a lot of reasons, that all started to change as I got older. The biggest one being that I didn't realize that my parents started doing drugs. And as I got older, their habit got worse. They got into harder stuff. Instead of buying things like clothes and food, my parents would use the money to buy drugs and alcohol and cocaine, ecstasy, shrooms. Meth was a big problem. So we started to struggle even more financially, and my whole family's situation changed. Things just got a lot harder and lonelier because me and my siblings were kind of on our own and had to start to fend for ourselves. I was around 10 at the time, and as the oldest, I felt a lot of pressure to help and figure things out. But there wasn't much I could really do at that age. The only thing I could really still do was eat, to forget about my life. And I started to put on weight fast. Over the next 3 years from then, my weight tripled. And I hit 300 pounds when I was 13 years old. And getting that big then, of course, made things even harder. Because I couldn't fit in my desk then. Sitting in chairs like the other students, I just couldn't fit in them. They were too small, so I'd be in a chair, in a desk, in front of the class, like I was almost out on display. So I really didn't have any friends. I just had food in my family. So I kept eating as much as I could whenever I could and put on another 150 pounds or so. So I was up around 450 then. But at that age, my family started to become a lot more responsibility for me. Because as the oldest, I kinda had to start becoming the leader of the family and take care of everyone, since our parents weren't taking care of us. And I was old enough to get a job, so I became the man of the house. I got a job at a fast food place, so I could earn a paycheck and keep eating all day. I'd go to school from 7 until 3, have to go to work from about 3 p.m. to about 3 a.m., and then have to be back up at 7 a.m. for school. And I made what we needed, but the stress of it all was hard, to do school and work like that. And I started to get really depressed. And that just made me want to eat more. And by the time I was 18 and graduated high school, I'd crossed well over into the 500s. And then when I was 19, I started working in a pizza place. And I love pizza, but the deal was the same there, where I could eat for free. And by the end of the day, I'd eaten 4 or 5 pizzas on my own. And a bunch of breadsticks were cinnamon sticks. And I just loved it. Food started to become this all-consuming passion of mine. I always wanted to be eating. But I was also that person that got a sense of joy out of it because feeding other people became almost like a euphoric thing for me. And that caused me to eat more. So my weight gain just kept going. My weight climbed to over 600 pounds when I was about 22 years old. Right before I crossed that point is when I started developing the lymphedema on my leg. This mass was forming on my leg, so me and my mom went to the doctor, and they told me what it was. And it would only get worse if I didn't lose weight. The doctor told me that if I didn't change, that I would be dead at 31, and they should pretty much say their goodbyes to me if I didn't change. So all that got me even more depressed. But when I felt that way, it made me want to eat even more. So it was this vicious cycle where I just kept eating and wanting to eat more and more. So it kept getting bigger and it kept getting harder to do things. To where when I turned 25, I had to completely stop working because I couldn't physically do it anymore. I went on disability. I'm guessing I was around 700 pounds then. Since I couldn't take care of my family anymore, the one thing I didn't want to do is become more of a financial burden to them. So I started living on my own, doing nothing really but eating all day alone. But the loneliness didn't help my depression. I got a dog named Bella to try to help, but nothing does for me what food does. So my eating has never slowed down. To where now I don't know how much I weigh. All I know is it's gotten to be too hard to do most everything. If it wasn't for Jessica in my life, I don't know what I'd do or how I'd survive.
We met originally on a dating app, and when I came to JT's house to meet him for the first time, I just felt comfortable. So I didn't really notice JT's weight or his size because his personality covers it up pretty well.
I always dreamed of and wanted a family of my own. When Jessica came into my life, it gave me hope. But the problem is I'm still 32 and weigh so much I can hardly move. But food is such an important part of my life. How do I give up what makes me feel happy and safe? And like I did when I was a kid, food is my everything. So I don't know how to live without it, even though I know it's the same thing that's killing me now, and it's taking my future and life from me.
I love JT, so my dream is to have a family with him, but I'm worried that if he doesn't lose weight, I'm not gonna have that.
The doctors gave me until I was 30. And I'm 32 now, so my time is running out. So I don't have a lot longer. Because at any moment, my heart can just give out. And that does scare me. But losing food scares me more. And that's the problem. It was really good, though.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. I want to live. But I don't see how I can without food. So I know I need help.
Hey, babe, is there any ice cream in there?
Think so. Here you go. It's chocolate chip cookie dough.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Every night when I go to bed, I wonder if tonight's the night I'm not gonna wake up. Because I can feel something bad coming. My body's never felt this way. I've never hurt as bad as I do. And now I struggle to breathe a lot. So I'm just getting even worse. Because my body can't take all my weight anymore. It's just too much.
Are you done?
Yeah, can you throw this away for me?
Yeah, I will.
I appreciate it.
So whatever time I have left, it's not a lot.
Bella, move over.
Move over, Bella.
I don't think I have another year in me. So I either have to find a solution to help me finally change, or I know there's no way I'm gonna be alive for much longer.